So at some point in your life, you stepped into a room, a door that opened, a season of life, and you walked into that room and you looked around the room and you said, I like this room. I'm gonna stay in this room for a while because I like it. And after a while, that room started to become a part of you, something that you kind of associated with yourself. And it made it very difficult for you to go outside of that room. You locked yourself in that room, and you are unwilling to step into the next room, the next door that's opened, because it works. You know, it's a warm, comfortable room with a nice bed, some nice lights, and, you know, whatever, a space heater in the corner, a plant in the back. And you've said, you know what, I don't want to step out of this room because it's comfortable. And what if I step out into the next room and it's not comfortable? The problem with that is that over time in this, you know, metaphorical situation, this room tends to get smaller and smaller as you grow into a newer person, a person that you're not allowing yourself to grow into. You're afraid to get out of this this comfort. You might find that when you actually do find the courage to step out of the room that you've kind of locked yourself in for a long time, that you kind of become a new person. You become somebody that you don't quite recognize, but you always thought that you might be able to be. Because at one point, when you stepped into that first room, you were that person. But because you grew and you got bigger and the room got smaller, you forgot that you actually were that person in the first place. I think that we have a tendency to like hold on to these things that we think make us who we are, and we don't allow ourselves to grow because we think, well, this is the thing that I do and this is the thing that makes me who I am, so I can't possibly go and do this other thing or be this other person or grow and change. And if I do, you know, what are the repercussions of that? You know, are people going to see me the same way? Are things going to work out? Are things going to work out the same way that they're working out in this previous room because things were comfortable, and maybe in this next room things are not going to be so comfortable for a little bit because you're still getting accustomed to the situation. You're still making the next place feel like home. And that discomfort can shy you away from stepping into a new season, a new room, a new doorway of life that you know is there, but you don't necessarily want to acknowledge, because what if it doesn't work out? But inwardly, if you're in this tiny room and it's crushing you and you are comfortable but unhappy stepping into that next door, you know, regardless of the fact that it might be a little bit uncomfortable for a little bit, in the long run, it is going to make you, maybe not, let's not measure it in terms of happiness, but you're going to grow. And growth, speaking from experience, is almost always a good thing. Now let me kind of put this in the context of my own life. I am and have always been a musician or an artist of some sort, and that's the thing that's kind of like always had like a grip on my heart. And it's not something that I ever have to leave behind, because the person that we're leaving the room behind, we're not leaving the person from the room behind. I still have those experiences from that previous room. But, you know, when I step into this new doorway, when you step into this new doorway, however you want to put it into context, maybe there's no instruments. To put it into my own context, maybe there's no instruments in this next room, you know? And maybe at some point you'll step into another room where there will be some instruments for you to play, or writing utensils for you to write poems with, or some books for you to read, or something like that. Maybe in this room right after that, you know, it's notebooks, and it's, you know, a coffee cup. And basically what I'm trying to say, you have to allow yourself to step into the next room in order to blossom into the person that you probably want to become. You're in the way of your own growth, and you can't be scared to not necessarily forget the things that, you know, create your identity, but you need to allow yourself to pursue new passions and find new things that reignite the passion that you once had for maybe this other thing. You should allow yourself to explore those opportunities, because that is, in my opinion, what life is really about, and that's how you're going to continue to blossom in life and enjoy it, you know?